everyone, it's Gwen. Welcome back to my channel, and this is my first official video of 2018. And what am I talking about? 2017. Look at that. So I know that normally I do a lot of like end of the year type videos where I talk about the past year and a bunch of different things like that, and normally I make those videos in December of that year, but with Vlogmas happening I didn't get a chance to talk about 2017 and how it was for music a lot during that time. So I hope you guys don't mind that I'm going to be talking about 2017 in my next few videos before I get into 2018 and my hopes for 2018. I know it's already 2018, so it's weird to be talking about the past year already, but I just didn't want to not film these videos because I know you guys like these. But there will be videos about my thoughts for 2018 coming up very soon, but the next few weeks are going to be about 2017. So just a little warning about that. But I hope you guys still enjoy this video because today, as you can tell from the title, I'm going to be talking about all the new bands that I discovered last year in 2017. I did this video last year talking about the bands I discovered in 2016, and it was a lot of fun because I just realized how many new artists and bands I found, and I found a lot of new bands and artists last year as well. So I'm very excited to share with you guys the bands and artists that I found in 2017 because there were definitely a lot. I'm going to be telling you the bands and artists in chronological order, so it's going to go from January to December, so in chronological order of when I found them, which I think will be fun. And yeah, so here we go. So the first artist I found in 2017 was Jon Bellion. I found him early in the year in January because he was opening for 21 Pilots and I saw them play on January 25th. So I was listening to his music a little bit in December, but mostly like in January, those first few weeks leading up to the show. I was listening to him a ton. I was trying to learn all his songs. Originally, I'd only known All Time Low because, you know, that's his like big song. But after listening to a lot of different songs by him, stuff from his album The Definition, other stuff from The Human Condition, I just really fell in love with his style of music, and I think he's such a unique artist. I also think he's really underrated, and seeing him live with 21 Pilots was amazing because he is really good live, and after the 21 Pilots show, I continued to listen to him. I fell in love with his album, The Human Condition. As a lot of you guys know, I just got that on vinyl. That's one of my favorite albums ever. It is so amazing. I talked about it later in the year, I think, in one of my like current favorite albums video. I know that that was in it because I was literally so obsessed with that album, and I'm just so happy that I found his music because I think he's a very unique artist. He blends like alternative synth with like pop and electronic, and I don't even know what genre he is. He's just like a lot of different genres, and it kind of bugs me that people only know him for his song All Time Low because literally that song is like probably the most basic song he's ever written, and if you listen to any of the lyrics from any other songs in that album, The Human Condition, you will see that he is actually really deep, and his songs are so neat, and they blend all these different things together, and the last song on that album actually blends every other song on the album together, and it sounds so cool. So if you've only listened to All Time Low by Jon Bellion, check out more of his music because you will be blown away. He's so talented, and I'm really happy I found him. The next artist I found was because of the same show, and it was around the same time, and that was Juna and the Lion, that band. I love Juna and the Lion. I think they are such a unique band. One of the guys in the band plays an electric banjo, which I think is super cool, and their music is once again just very unique. Like, they have kind of rap, they have like beatboxing, they have like I said, an electric banjo. Like, I don't even know how to describe their music other than like sort of alternative, I guess, but like, I don't know, like banjo rock or something. They also opened for 21 Pilots, like I said, and I really got into their music. I got into songs like Reputation, what was the other one that I like? Oh, Take It All Back, that's like one of their big ones. And just like a lot of really fun songs. Suit and Jacket is a bop. They have a lot of cool songs, and they're actually coming back to my town in March, and I really want to go see them because they're really talented, and you guys should check them out. They're a little weird, like when you first listen to them, you're like, oh, this is an interesting like sound, this is kind of unique, but like keep listening to them and just like give them a try because you might end up really liking them. I don't think I was expecting to like them as much as I did, and their lyrics are just super funny too. Like, I remember being at the show and they were the first opening band, so not a lot of people knew them, but they were singing their lyrics on stage, and people who didn't even know the words to them were laughing at the words because they have some really funny lyrics to their songs. Their rap parts are super funny. They're just like a very fun, happy band, so I really enjoy their music, and I'm glad I found them. The next band I found is Nowhere. After 21 Pilots show, I really wanted to find more artists that had deep lyrics similar to 21 Pilots, and Nowhere was one of them that I found. Actually, I think Vama found them and she told me about them, but we got into them in like February, and I really enjoy their sound. They are kind of similar to 21 Pilots because they're actually just two guys. One guy sings and then one guy does the instrumentation. And there's not a lot of singing in their songs. A lot of their songs are spoken word, which are really neat. I like the spoken word aspect of them. They're super deep. I forget what their debut album is called, but it has Hell in the title, I know that, but that's the album that we really got into by them. Their most popular song, Creative Drug, is on that album, and it's really good. They actually recently just came out with like 2 new EPs this year that I eventually got into, and I think they're a very unique band who deserve more credit because their lyrics are very deep. They will put you in the feels. It's really cool spoken word songs, and I really do like them. Sticking with the spoken word theme, I also found the band September Stories at around the same time. A lot of these bands were in my current favorite albums of whatever month video, but September Stories are very similar to Nowhere. I think they were in the related artists category on Spotify, that's how I found them. But they are also spoken word. They do have some singing now, and they actually just came out with a new album. I forget what it's called, but it's really good, and it's actually, I think, sparking some attention into like the pop punk field. They remind me a bit of Movements with their new album, but at the time I had just been listening to their only album, their debut album, which was called Unopened Letter, I believe, and that one is a lot more spoken word, not a ton of singing, but their new album sounds more like a pop punk kind of album, sort of like Movements, kind of Boston Manor-ish. So if you like those bands, you might like September Stories' new album, because it is similar to those. But they are spoken word, very deep lyrics. They still have some singing and spoken word stuff in their new album too, which I really love. I need to listen to that new album more because I really am getting into it. But they're really talented and you guys should definitely check them out. And then around the same time, like February, March, I discovered La Dispute, and I am so excited that I discovered them. Now, they're a band that I feel like I definitely knew of for a while. Like, I had heard about them. I remember listening to some of their stuff like the summer before, like in 2016, I was sort of listening to La Dispute, but I couldn't get into them for some reason then, so like I kind of knew who they were for a while, but I don't know what happened. March of last year in 2017, I just found them again and I just loved them. Like something just like clicked and all of a sudden I was like, wow, they're so good. I became obsessed with their album Rooms of the House. That's still my favorite album by them. I need to get that on vinyl, I really do, but that album is so, so good. It's kind of a concept album. I've talked about this before. It includes speaking, singing, screaming. It really has everything, and that's kind of their style. They have some more talking bits, some singing, some screaming. They're a very unique band, one that I really want to see live because they're supposed to be super good live. But I'm sure a lot of you have probably heard of La Dispute, you know, like the La Dispute flower, or like you've heard of Rooms of the House or something. And I don't know why it took me so long to like really get into them, but I love them now. I've actually gotten Vomit into them now. We both really love them now, so I love La Dispute, and I'm happy that I gave them a second chance and like listened to them again because now I love them. In May, I discovered the band Coloring because they opened for the 1975, who I saw late May, and I love Coloring. I really do. I haven't listened to them a lot recently because I kind of forgot how good they are, but they're very, very good. Like I said, they opened for the 1975, so if you like the 1975, you'd probably like Coloring. They have a very cool vibe, and I know they acquired a lot of new fans from being on that tour. They're a UK band, they're British, which is really cool, and the lead singer literally has a voice that like is perfect for lullabies. Like I want him to sing me to sleep. His voice is so pure and so smooth and soft and beautiful, and they have some really, really great songs. I know they just came out with like new EPs this year, but they have like their first EP. I don't know what the name of it is, but it has like a blue like finger kind of, I don't know, it's like paint splatter sort of on like the album cover. But you guys should totally check that album out. It's really good. Honestly, check out any of their stuff. It's very chill, it's very relaxed, it's soothing. It's soothing, but then they put like little like synths and like a little bit of like an electronic beat. Like they almost use like drum machines kind of, but it's not super intense. It's just like a little bit of a beat with like this guy's smooth voice singing, and it's really nice. They definitely gave me a similar vibe as to the 1975, so like I said, if you like the 1975, you'd probably like Coloring. And yeah, they're really good. I actually had a chance to meet them at that show, and I couldn't find them. I thought they'd be outside. I find out the next day they were actually inside meeting people, so I wish I had met them because I would have wanted to, but they were still really good. The lead singer's voice blew me away. Their sound blew me away. If you go back and watch my 1975 vlog, I have some clips of them performing, And they're really good. You can see how good they are live, and they deserve more fans. They definitely acquired a lot this year, and I'm very proud of them for that. But yeah, I really like Coloring. They're really smooth, relaxing. I like to put them on when I'm studying, and yeah, they're very good. Next, another band I discovered in May is Milestones. I love Milestones. I discovered them in early May. I like really got into them in late May, but I saw them because they opened for Knuckle Puck and Mayday Parade, who I saw in early May. And oh my goodness, these guys are so underrated. They're from the UK as well. I met the lead singer at that show and he was the nicest guy ever. They are so good. They're a pop punk band and they're just so talented. They had an EP out and I forget the name of it now. I don't remember the name of their first EP, but it is so good. You need to check it out. They're so underrated and I literally listen to that EP like all the time, and I really want them to release more music because so far like that's like the only thing they have on their Spotify is just those 5 or 6 songs, but they are so good. So please give Milestones a chance. Listen to them. I want them to like go on Warped Tour or something, because they just deserve more fans, and I think they did acquire maybe some fans from that tour, but like they deserve so many more. And when we saw them live at that show, I was jumping up, I was singing along to all the words, and people around me were like on their phone. They were like talking really loud, and it was really rude because these guys were so good. I'm happy I got to meet the lead singer because I literally went up to him and I was like, I knew like every word to your songs, and he was like, really? And I was like, yes, like you're so talented. Like he just didn't believe it. He was like, really? I'm talented? And I was like, yes, you're talented, boo. Like you're so good. So please guys, support Milestones. Give them a listen on Spotify. I don't think you'll be let down. Their song Shot in the Dark is literally everything. It is so good. They just have so many good songs. So please give them a listen. You guys will not regret it. The next band I discovered this year is Movements. I love Movements so much. You guys know how I feel about Movements. I discovered them over the summer because they went to Warped Tour, and I made a Warped Tour playlist, set list, you know, with all the bands that I wanted to check out. Movements was one of them, and oh my god, I completely fell in love with Movements. I am so happy I discovered them this year. One of my favorite, like, I don't even know what you'd call them. Pop punk, melodic, hardcore, I have no clue, but they are so good. Oh my goodness, their EP Outgrown Things I fell in love with over the summer, and now they have their new album Feel Something out, which is so amazing. I know I haven't talked about it a lot on this channel, but I really do like that album. But they are just all around an amazing band. They literally cannot put out a bad song. I love all of their music on Spotify. They are so talented. They got a lot of fans this year from going on Warped Tour and then going on the headlining tour with Knuckle Puck. So like they really got some big fans this year, and they deserve it because they are so talented. I am so happy that I got into them. Another band I'm happy I found from Warped Tour is Knocked Loose. My hardcore boys. Vom and I really fell in love with them over the summer when we were listening to them to get ready for Warped Tour. We saw them at Warped Tour and they were so much fun. They are like genuine like hardcore metal, like they scream pretty much all their songs. Brian, the lead singer, has a great screaming voice, and they are just super talented. I like them because they're still like very unique to me, because yes, they're hardcore and they scream, but they have like these really cool electronic sounds they put into their music. And it's like hard to explain, but it is really neat. You guys just have to like listen to some of their songs. I don't know, it's not just like straight screaming and like straight riffs and like just like loud. It's not noise. Like it actually is very neat and like kind of melodic in a sense, and like it's put together in a certain way. And you know, like they have some really great songs like Counting Worms. It's just iconic. Like they literally bark in their songs. It's a great time. I'm so happy I found Knocked Loose. I really want to see them again. So I'm waiting for them to like come back here, come close to here, because I really want to see them again. I love them. I never thought that I'd like be into that much screaming. Like Vom and I never thought we could really get into that, but with them, we totally got into it and we love their band. Next is one of the bands that I am most happy I got into this year because I literally love them so much. Vom and I met them at Warped Tour. Yep, that's right, it's Trophy Eyes. I love Trophy Eyes. I found them again because of Warped Tour, and we met them at Warped Tour, like I said, and they were the sweetest guys in the entire world. They were amazing live. We literally fell in love with their album, Chemical Miracle. Chemical Miracle, that album is my life. I just got on vinyl for Christmas, if you guys saw my haul. It is so amazing. I'm so happy to have that on vinyl. I was just so happy to meet them and tell them how much I love that album. I got to tell John, the lead singer, how much I love the song Chlorine. But they are so amazing. They're from Australia, and I just love their sound. They are very melodic hardcore to me. Like, that is what I would definitely call them. I don't know if other people call them that, but to me, I think they're melodic hardcore because they sing, they talk, and they scream in their songs. And their songs are very sad. A lot of them are about death, but they're like kind of relatable at the same time. A lot of them are sad, but they're really, really deep and really good. I love the lyrics of their songs. I love the instrumentation. Like, I always just want to bop up and jam, and I can't listen to one song from Chemical Miracle without listening to the entire album. Like, it's literally that good. So listen to Chemical Miracle if you want to get into them, because that album is just beautiful. It's a literal masterpiece. But I am so happy I got into Trophy Eyes, one of the biggest bands I found out about this year, and I am just so happy that I checked them out. I could not be happier. And finally, the last band that I discovered this year is the Psychedelic Furs, and I saw them in October with my dad. They're an older band, one of his favorites from the 80s, and I found them because they came here and my dad really wanted to go and see them, and we did. If you guys have seen the vlog, we went and saw them, and I obviously made a set list playlist, because what else would I do? And I got into a lot of their songs. My dad actually gave me a bunch of their albums on vinyl, so I have a bunch of their records, and I love to listen to them. I really got into their sound. They have a very cool, like, obviously psychedelic, electronic, like, synth sound, very cool vibe. They were amazing live. For their age, like, we were blown away at how great they were. We were literally, like, second row for them, too. We were so close. But they're a great band, and I definitely encourage you guys to check them out. Like, go on their Spotify and listen to their most popular songs. Anything from the Mirror Moves album, that's my shit. That's my favorite album by them. But they have so many cool songs, and I'm just really happy I've discovered them. It's cool to add, like, a different genre and an older band to my music library, and I'm happy I did. I'm happy my dad, like, got me into them and stuff, and if they came back, I would so see them again because I really love them. I think they're super talented, and I love their music. But there you guys go. Those are all the bands I discovered last year in 2017. Like I've said throughout this video, I'm so thankful that I discovered all of these artists. Every year I discover so many amazing artists, and it just gets me excited for the new year because I can't wait to see what new artists I really get into and discover this year. I'm already getting into With Confidence. I'm already getting into Boston Manor. Like, who knows who else I'm gonna get into, but I'm just very excited and thankful that I got into these bands and artists, because now I've just added so many new favorite artists and bands and albums and songs to my life, and it's a great time. And like I said, I got to meet a bunch of these people and see a lot of them live, and it was just an incredible experience this year, so I'm super thankful. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please comment down below some of the bands that you guys discovered in 2017, because I'm curious. And with that being said, leave this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and other than that, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Bye!